Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Giants and the Packers, and it's all up next.
The playoffs are back at Lambeau with the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's got room. Ooh, the juke. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. That's quite a way to start this football game on the ground right away. They're almost near midfield.
And that... Whether you're for this team or against them, it brings you out of your seat, doesn't it? Because that's an exciting way to get things rolling. Now you got to hunker down on defense and not permit another first down run.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here first and goal.
Rodgers going to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This is third and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Kayvon Thibodeau in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. The kick by Crosby is good, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just about set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now a first down carry by Jones. They find some open field here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying the defense is going to have to adjust to it.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just do it better than what they've done so far?
Defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Jones will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
Only a yard that time, second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Touchdown, Packers! Sammy Watkins, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route,
So we are in the second quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Room here to run. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 46 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra.
It's ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown.
Robert Tonyan,
91 yards. And the Packers continue to show why it pays to play it out in the postseason as they hold on to their lead.
that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch in the end zone from your tight end.
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill.
All right, the offense back out there now. Let's see what they can put together. On first down, Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And he gets this one just shy of 40 to mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the... They'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Caught left side by Cobb. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Now it's Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And again, it's Rodgers. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. He's got room at the 30. Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Rodgers. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
That's complete to Cobb.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tonyan.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Robert Tonyan with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first two quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there.
So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. And inside give to Jones.
143 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Guys to the championship round next weekend.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
It gets it over the middle to Cobb.
Down inside the 10.
Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers on fire, his fifth touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Packers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be
touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones
with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers have got it on cruise control.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tap it.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. first and 10. Here's Rodgers.
Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt. Well, they just want to continue the process. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, it's Jones. It gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least two guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start, but no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Azeez Ojulari there on the tackle.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. And he's got some space here.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
The offense has to love that because that was just a dunk down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. Randall Cobb. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers are moving closer to a date now, the NFC Championship game, as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you express that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, They just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So then we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one. You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? Rodgers throwing here. This is complete to Watkins on the slant.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Here's Rodgers.
Finds Lazard quickly on the slant.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Rodgers again now. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back,
so now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. And right side, they're going to go option here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
they have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. To throw is Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. Finding room at midfield. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 72 yards. And the Packers have struck first in this NFC title game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. When they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations, ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words has really worked its way into it.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
They're almost pushing to the break, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now. It's a loss.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones diving into his 3rd touchdown. And the Packers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Rodgers now on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there. A big one.
But big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event not getting to them early.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. Down inside the 10. Touchdown! Sammy Watkins, 36 yards. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hand.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that. So I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
So changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rodgers going to throw. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw into the hands of Cobb.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all that.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
With the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, but also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Caught by Cobb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
173 yards rushing for him now. A strong performance here in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line. Rodgers' throw taken in by Watkins here.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On first down, Rodgers got a man. That's Lazard. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Rodgers.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And this is good for a first down, his 2nd grab in this NFC Championship bout. Now it's Rodgers.
That one into the hands of Watkins downfield.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up as this offense takes over possession of the football in the 3rd quarter. Rodgers now on first down. That's complete to Lazard. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4th.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they're doing.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Oh, he's got, there he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Packers have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today as you...
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. But they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, but now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
But these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10.
The tackle by Cole Holcomb. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The 20, 10, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Sammy Watkins saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Packers are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Or 208 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys into the Super Bowl.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, Rodgers.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
And some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. On the crossing route, complete. It's Cobb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Just power football there. Down
the Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game well decided along.
The Green Bay Packers, they are again NFC champions as we sign off and say goodnight.
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the Packers. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff for what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, for these Kansas City Chiefs, they, of course, were Super Bowl champions 3 years ago. The win over the Niners in Miami. They fell to the Bucs in Tampa a couple years back. They had the blown lead in the AFC title game against Cincinnati last year. And now they're back, making their third trip to the big game in 4 years.
And their recent history only increases the urgency to try and win another Super Bowl title with this group.
Meanwhile, the Packers are back as they look to bring another Super Bowl title home to a place aptly named Titletown.
And they're looking for their 5th win, which would tie them with the Cowboys and 49ers for 2nd all-time. They did last win it in 2011. That was Super. Aaron Rodgers leading.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team the best chance to win.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lewis. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
That's complete to Cobb.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Open man left side, it's the tight end, Tunyon.
Touchdown!
Robert Tunyon.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Packers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
So this offense will head back out there. Already an excellent field position thanks to the interception. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Open man, here's Cobb. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Now Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
first-quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
Now, following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To throw again on second down. Rodgers. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl.
Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. They'll go again to Jones.
A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line.
55 rushing yards, rushing for a no in the first half of this Super Bowl.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Uses the stiff arm. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Sammy Watkins, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Packers continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ballgame. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. And they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Running right, Jones. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the 39, Rodgers. He completes it to Jones.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when as an inside linebacker, you're always taught don't let someone crash your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside. Success.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
Well, dumb fist down to Dillon. It's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. The give is to Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Again, it's Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 2nd and goal, Rodgers.
He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. And the Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin.
Third quarter action, and this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he's got the first before he's brought 39-yard line.
141 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. A give to Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 34 yards there on a 1st down.
Aaron Jones, not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you'd call a downhill runner. And he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did. But poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And you can see that this...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones.
His 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Packers are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl.
Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Rodgers now on first down. He'll get this to Lazard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Rodgers going to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 22.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here in Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter.
Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like the running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
And some room to work. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Sammy Watkins with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Fights through it.
Wow, 213 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl.
And the Packers start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th.
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And some room to run now. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 out of first.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Rodgers throwing here. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Now this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jones. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Rodgers with a keeper, and he takes it in for the score in the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
As our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge.
There's no doubt
Some
about it.
pretzels, too, some hummus. Go crazy.
See, we've learned, we have learned the Madden way of doing things.
And the Lombardi Trophy is going back home. The Green Bay Packers are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.